Hey folks, Kramer Harvey here, certified jail manager, certified correctional health professional, and founder of Harvey Consulting. I spent over 20 years working inside of jails and leading facilities through chaos, reform, lawsuits, audits, you name it. Today, I want to talk to you about something that should be boring, but it's not. It's policies. Specifically, why you as the jail administrator or sheriff or chief need to update your facility policies and align them with best standards. Let's be honest, if you're still operating off of a binder from 2011 or patching in updates from Google, you're leaving your agency exposed. So today, I want to bring to you 5 reasons on why updated policies are not just nice to have, they're non-negotiable. Number one, and I think you all can agree with me on this one, is that legal liability. Outdated policies invite lawsuits, period. When something goes wrong in a jail, and it will, the first thing attorneys look at is your policy. If your use of force policy is it vague, if your suicide prevention procedures don't match with NCCHC standards, or if your classification process isn't defensible, you're in trouble. And it won't matter if staff follow the rules. If the rules were outdated or unclear, that's on the facility and you. Policies are your legal shield, but they only protect you if they're current, clear, and enforced. Number two, staff training and accountability. Poor policy equals poor training, period. If your policies are weak, your training will be even weaker. I've seen new officers trained on outdated policies, or worse, trained by trivial knowledge passed down from whoever trained them last. When you standardize your policy language and bring it in line with ACA, NCCHC, and PREA, it gives your staff a solid foundation. They know what to expect. Supervisors know what to enforce, and you, as the administrator, have a way to hold people accountable. Strong policies protect good staff, and they expose bad habits before they become lawsuits. Number three, compliance and accreditation. Whether you're pursuing NCCHC or ACA accreditation, which I am not promoting either one or both, um, or just trying to stay out of the headlines, your policies need to match the language and intent of those standards. For example, PREA, it doesn't just care that you have a policy, it wants you to know how you screen for sexual victimization and how often. Accreditation reviewers are trained to look for weak spots, vague language, or policies that don't match what's happening on the floor. Current. If you're relying on generic vendor policy or a Sheriff's Association template without customization, you're probably out of alignment. Number four, and I think we all can agree on this next one, jails have changed. The modern jail is a different beast. The jail environment is not what it was 10 years ago. We're housing, or you're, we're housing more people with mental illness, more withdrawals, more medication, more lawsuits, more pressure. Yet many jails still operate off policies written when mental health meant just a suicide, smock, and a dry cell. You need policies that reflect today's population and staffing realities. Things like the MAT program, which is the Medication Assisted Treatment Program, use of force and restraint with mentally ill detainees, segregation standards under PREA, cross gender supervision, in custody death response protocols. Your policies have to evolve with the challenge or the challenges today, or the fall behind, or you'll fall behind and open yourself to risk. And last but not least, organizational culture. Policy sets the tone for culture. This is a big one because if you got good staff, which I believe that we all do, and they're being burnt out, or bad staff playing games, your policies is either part of the solution or part of the problem. When I walk into jail and ask what their policy says, the two most common answers I get are Uh, I think it's in the SOP somewhere, or we don't really follow that. If your written expectations don't match what's practiced on the floor, you're building a culture of confusion or indifference. Solid current living policies tell your staff this is who we are, this is how we work, and this is what we expect. So, those are the 5 reasons why I believe you need to have your policies updated. Now, I know some of you may be saying, well, Harvey, we don't have the time to really do a deep dive in our policies, or we may not even have the staff to have the acumen to be able to go through those policies like what that you have been stating, and that's understandable. There are agencies that are in both of those type of positions, and so that's why Harvey Consultant is here. We offer a policy review and alignment service designed specifically for jails and detention centers. Here's what it includes. And I stated this in a previous video, so go to the previous video, but this video will be sufficient for you to have an understanding as well. Me and my team want to review 10 of your key policies. Some of those policies we have indicated in this video: suicide, use of force, segregation. Those are hot key policies that should be reviewed and updated. What we would like to do, we will audit and ensure that they are aligned with ACA, NCCHC, PREA, and your state standards. Because if you're not following your state standards, then of course you're not going to be following any other standards. So we want to ensure that your state standards is followed as well. We will provide written recommendations and we will update the language suggestions for that policy. We also would do a debrief call because at the end of the day, we do not want to just work in a silo to the point of we're putting the new language and everything in your policy, and all you're doing is just cascading out. No, we want to work with your team. So we'll do a debrief call to go over the findings and give you actionable next steps. We'll put a roadmap in place for you. This isn't just a checklist. It's built from a real experience leading jails through audits, lawsuits, and reform, just like yours. If you're preparing for audit, cleaning up after an incident, or just you want to know your policies and you know that your policies are overdue for a refresh, you have to reach out to us. Let's make sure your documentation protects your people and your agency. Thank you for watching. Oh, I appreciate you. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video with someone in your network who needs to hear it. If you want to talk about your policies or get a sample of our review feedback, email me directly. Or and email me by my email address is harveyconsultant43@gmail.com. Or you can visit our website, Harvey Consultant. Stay safe, lead well, and I'll see you next time. And know that your agency can move forward through policy reform, but it start with intent and it start with you as a leader. Take care. Be blessed.